Go ahead.
I feel this is the most Utsahins in the school. 6, 7, 8 students. You should call them Utsahins because you say it, they will do it. Because I'll start with a small story because I told my 6th standard students to make a happy corner in the class because there was a circular from CBSE to make a stress-free environment. So I told them you make a small happy corner in the class. Whenever you feel sad, you go and stand in the corner, you will feel happy and you decorate that corner. So 3, 4 divisions of 6th standard, so they put smileys, they put festoons, they made a small corner for this thing. I went to the class for CE, but when I went to one class, there no smiley, one boy standing and with a great smile. So I told them that why is he standing in the corner? So they told that they forgot the smiley. They forgot the smiley, so they made the boy stand in the corner. So I told that from morning to evening he will stand. No, we assigned every period one boy or girl will stand.
Wow.
So what will you do with their lessons? That we will write. That also we assigned. So their problem solving, critical thinking, result analysis, everything is over. So this is what that group of students really work on, and we have to really, that is the place, that is the stage where we can have lot of inputs we can give, and you can get lot of outputs from them. And NEP, when you talk about them, we have talked about foundational stage, where actually the foundation was laid. After that, pillars were raised in the next stage, preparatory stage, where actually the numeracy and literacy, they are taught actually from the play way, multi-level play activity. From there, we came to play discovery and activity-based learning in preparatory. From there, now we are coming to the middle stage. This is the stage where the pillar is there, foundation is there. Now we have to mold it to a concrete structure. That is what all of us have to do. So the NEP normally focuses there on the subject-oriented learning. Till that, actually, the entry exam was done, exit was done, and after that, now they are in the place where we have to do actually the subject-oriented learning. And the subject-oriented learning will be done through the art integrated learning, experiential learning, and all these things will come to the competency-based learning. So this place where most of the assessments will be formative assessments. And the students will be learning the subjects, transdisciplinary projects, multidisciplinary projects will follow suit in the next stage. But here most of the projects will be transdisciplinary. They will be integrating the subjects, and in this place where the teachers actually will be more accountable for their teaching learning experiences. Because every time what we do, we assess a teacher, like in a 40 students of class, if 50% of the students are getting above 70, the teacher is a good teacher. But we will never think of how the teacher is accountable for the students, those who could not do well. What actually they lost and what are the learning gaps. And that normally we don't pay attention because here almost all examinations are mark oriented. If you get marks, you are a good student. But if you got 80 marks, what are the 20 marks you lost? Nobody thinks about it. So the assessment, that's why the summative assessment will be very less. Mostly it will be formative assessment where actually the assessments will be tailor-made to suit the students' learning outcomes. And the learning outcome, when we say there will not be at any cost in a class one learning outcome. Learning outcome will also be made, customized according to the learning abilities of the children. Then the most important area where the NEP is emphasizing is actually the vocational training. Till that, what happened is the vocational training, what happened is still that we are all coming to a profession not knowing what the profession really is and what are the expectations from that profession. So in this stage, the kids, the students will be exposed to different vocations, different skills, then life-oriented professional internships will be arranged, and the students will be exposed to different professions. Different professions in the sense, carpentry will be there, maybe the AI will be there, whatever it is. Almost financial literacy will be there, health and well-being will be there, agriculture will be there, and almost all vocation which is actually later on they are going to be exposed to will be exposed at this stage. And the industry, school industry partnership will also be exposed, and different professions will be introduced in the school. Different professionals will be coming to the school, and they will be, the students will be actually following the profession following the vocation according to their taste. But the thing is, the ITI and the technical schools will not be there, because every school will be an ITI, every school will be a technical school. So after that, the main idea of this is to give enough knowledge to the students in these 3 years about different skills and different skills that different professions need. And actually, after that, that knowledge will be transformed to information. These informations will help the students later on to choose the subject of their choice in the secondary level and later on to the higher studies, where because if I take, with Raghuram sir's permission, if I take his example, he's an engineer by profession. If he would have been there when the NEP was introduced in those days, he wouldn't have become an engineer because his real passion is teaching and education. But not many people will be fortunate like our Raghuram sir, who could later on successfully transfer himself to the other platform, and he is successfully running that. But most of us, I know that we are doing some job which we really don't know what was it when we started the job. Still, there are a lot of constraints, we are following that job. So that will not happen. Sir, how many minutes are remaining?
Another minute.
Another minute. So what I want to conclude is really the teaching, assessment, everything will be skill-based, competency-based, and the teachers will be more accountable, and this accountability will be acknowledged by the competent authority. So the benefit of NEP is always, what is that? The teachers will be acknowledged for their accountability. Teachers will not be actually judged for assessment of learning, they will be judged for assessment for learning. So after a few years, when Raghuram sir will be conducting, when he will be asking us to say the 4 P's, there will be only 3 P's, because everybody's profession will be passion, and everybody's passion will be the profession. So thank you very much, sir. And I think I could do justice to this.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.